Good evening, one and all, and welcome to this exclusive broadcast of Panther Hockey live on OCA Media, your home for Panther Sports. My name is Zach Seeloff, and I'm joined in the booth as always by my broadcast partner, Dan Graychuk. We're bringing you this exciting WIAA Sectional Semi-Final matchup live from the Oregon Ice Arena as the Panthers host the Waupun Warriors. Dan, great to be back with you once more, and we have got a heck of a matchup tonight in the Sectional Semi-Final as Waupun comes to town.
Yeah, I really think this is going to have a very different feel than the game last week. Obviously, Stoughton, short bench, great team, a lot of heart, a lot of grit in that game, but they definitely ran out of gas. That is not something I expect to see in this game.
Nope, as you said, Oregon advances to this game after defeating Stoughton 12-0. Bit of a coast for them. As you said, Stoughton had only 12 skaters on the bench. They only had one goalie. Just not able to hang with Oregon, particularly later into that game. This game going to have a very different complexion. Waupun, the Warriors, have come to town. They defeated MG 5-3 in their first playoff game to get here. Oregon played MG twice in the season, beat them 2-0 and then 3-2. So interesting common opponent comparison there.
Yeah, absolutely. So these are two teams that know each other. They really skated about the same level, and I think what's going to happen, or what I think is going to be the difference maker, quite honestly, is going to be special teams. Oregon has to stay out of the box, and if they do end up on the power play, they got to find ways to capitalize. Because Blake Kolker, talking to our counterparts from Waupun, understanding how good this goaltender is and watching him in warm-ups, absolutely, they're going to have to find a way to solve him and take advantage of every opportunity.
Kolker, as you mentioned, number 40, the goaltender for the Waupun Warriors, a junior, 12-9-2 on the season. 584 saves against 641 shots for a 91.1% save percentage. Not all that different in comparison to Nate McAlpine, number 29 for the Panthers. 14-4-0 on the season, 444 saves against 475 shots, so a 91.4%. He shut out Stoughton in that game. As we talked about, didn't face a ton of resistance from Stoughton, but two very solid goaltenders against two very solid offenses as well.
Absolutely, and one of the guys that I'm going to be watching is going to be Nate Baltzer, number 18. Fast skater, big player, definitely has great puck control. Hopefully they're able to work well out of their own zone and get through the neutral zone, but that's going to put a lot on Leatherberry and Buskogger specifically to try and hem them up and not make it easy to get into that offensive zone without taking penalties.
The defense of the Panthers will have their hands full. The offense of the Panthers gets an extra weapon today. We're talking about number 4, James Shreven, unavailable in the Stoughton game. He's back again tonight. The sophomore scorer, 14 goals, 25 assists on the season for 39 points. And you go down this roster, number 4, 5, 6, and 7, James Shreven, Mason Anderson, Andrew Jakey, and Easton Lindert. Jakey and Lindert both with hat tricks in the game against Stoughton. Lindert had 6 points. That's 4 guys that can do some real damage on the offensive side.
They really are. And the first game we did this season, watching Shreven play, honestly, to me, the most exciting and dynamic player out there. I know Jakey obviously gets a lot of eyeballs, and you can't argue with his play. You can't argue with his stats. But if I had to pick one to be on a line, I'm probably going Shreven, just because his explosive skating. He's at top speed within 3 strides, and he never quits. He almost looks like he could skate the entire game and not need a break, so it's great to see him back out there, and that's going to be something that Waupun's going to have a hard time contending with.
Shreven, a smaller guy on the ice too, and between his speed and his agility, gets around traffic and moves into positions you just wouldn't expect. Let's talk about Andrew Jakey, though, for a second. 50 goals on this season, 10 assists, 60 points. And as I was getting ready for this broadcast tonight, he is the all-time goal-scoring leader in Wisconsin high school history. He's got 175 goals so far in his high school career. He's 4th all-time in points with 261. Number 2 on that list in points is Kyle Rohrer, another Oregon alum. Number 1 on that list in points, gold medal winner and Wisconsin women's hockey coach Mark Johnson, who Andrew Jakey tied last season for most goals in a single season. That's some rare company for any high school player.
It really is. I mean, watching Jakey play, you can't deny his skill. He's got great hands. He's got great eyes. He sees the ice. He sees what's going on there. So obviously he's going to find ways to put the puck in the back of the net, and he has one of the most deceptive wrist shots that I think we've seen in quite a while. He just snaps it off so fast, and there's so much velocity right away. It makes it very difficult for goaltenders to track. So I'm not surprised by his numbers. My big concern, and you and I have talked about this before, He can't carry this team all the way. It needs to be spread out. They need to use all their weapons, and that's why I think this game's going to be tight for them, because they're going to have to really step it up a lot from the last game.
We talked about it last game. Those of you who are Metallica fans will recognize the ecstasy of gold playing through the PA that Metallica comes out to at all their concerts, which means the players will be coming out soon. So, Dan, before that happens, let me ask you, we talked about 4, 5, 6, and 7 for the Panthers. Who didn't we talk about that you're curious to see how they might contribute in this game? Who's a dark horse that our fans can look for?
Honestly, I'm going to go Buskogger and Leatherberry. Look at the goals they've had in the past handful of games working from the points. They're getting more goals from their defensive core. And one of the things you and I had talked about multiple times, since somebody like Hefty left, they haven't had that hard shot from the blue line. I think we're starting to see it now, and it's paid dividends in a couple games, just how strong they can be. The game against, where Jakey actually got injured, we saw defensive core really pick it up with goals. So I think it's going to be our defensive players, and I'm looking for Rotier as well.
Awesome. Isaac Rotier, heir to the Habish and Rotier fortune. The lights are out. The teams are about to come out. You're watching OCA Media's presentation of Oregon Panthers boys hockey. It is the sectional semifinals here at the Oregon Ice Arena. And folks, this OCA Media Sports exclusive is made possible with support from our generous sponsors. They include the Village of Oregon, a great place to live, work, and play. The Oregon School District, actively building competency, character, culture, and community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club, doing great things for all Panther sports. Your membership dues directly support our student athletes. Consider becoming a booster today. Oregon Area Cares Community Coalition. Parenting teens is hard. We're here to help. OregonAreaCares.org. Wisco Industries, proud supporter of Panther sports, celebrating our 75th anniversary in 2024. Culvers of Oregon, Stoughton Health, and by your local pizza pit. It's time for Enter Sandman, and for the players to enter as well. It's the sectional semifinals here on OCA Media. All right, everyone, welcome back. Zach Zeloff and Dan Graychuk with you on OCA Media. The Panthers getting ready to take on the Waupun Warriors in this sectional semifinal game. The winner heads on to the sectional championship, which will be right here at Oregon, 12:30 p.m. That's 30 minutes after noon on Saturday. This coming Saturday, we'll have that for OCA Media, no matter who's playing in it. Dan, obviously, we're not going to hide our biases. We hope it's Oregon. And with that in mind, what do you want to see Oregon do in this first period, the first few minutes of this first period, to try and get off on the right foot?
They really got to set a tone. They've got to play physical. They've got to play hard along the boards, because I think this game is going to be determined by who's going to win those 50-50 battles, the ugly places of the rink. We can't see a lot of dump and chase. There has to be crisp passing, and they have to stay out of the penalty box. Too much is at stake. They need to keep their emotions to the side. You're always going to get nailed on the retaliation if something happens. They need to play with their head, but they also need to dig in and play with a lot of heart.
You and I talked about lineup design before the game, and interestingly, with the starting up lineup, Buskogger and Leatherberry on defense, no surprises there. Lindert and Shrevin on the front, no surprise there, but Rotier instead of Jakey on the left side. Guess they're going to have Jakey anchor the second line as we get ready to start. Initial faceoff is not controlled by anybody. Waupun able to tap it into the Panther zone, and we are underway. We'll talk about lineups as we go. Shervin at the point, can't quite clear the puck. It's loose in the Panther zone. Waupun looking to turn it around. Big shove there from Linder, trying to knock his man off the puck. Now he has it up against the wall, up to Shrevin. Shrevin with the tap, and look at that speed. That's what we talked about, folks. He can absolutely fly. Waupun, though, able to tap it back into the neutral zone, and now they're coming forward. A quick shot from the center point is nicely blocked by Leatherberry. Oh, what a hit against Rotier. I thought he went in head first. Thankfully not. He gets up straight away. Shrevin nearly had a step there on the defense, but the loose puck grabbed by the Warriors. A light shot sent in. And McAlpine with his first action of the night with an easy save.
Yeah, you want to get that puck a little bit early, and another shot getting through traffic. Right now, and here comes Shrevin.
Shrevin will dump that one in and get a change, and we'll look at the structure of this lineup here. We're going to have Karasek and Klun on defense, along with Jakey and Anderson at the forwards position, and Dawson Peterson. So here comes Jakey, gets around one man, top of the circle shot, and a save. Blake Kolker has his first action of the night, freezes it down with 15:52 to go in this scoreless first period.
And you know, if I'm Kolker, that's the shot I want to see. I want to see what Oregon's best has, and I want to see that shot early, and that can help set a tone for him as he goes.
Anderson in the dot for the Panthers. Faceoff is controlled by Oregon. Up near the wall, Jakey plays it with the hand and works it down on the near side. 15:45 to go in the first period. No score early here in this sectional semifinal. Panthers fire it down beneath the net, where it'll be Chase Beam for the Waupun Warriors, trying to get it out. Jakey there. He's got Anderson in the middle. The feed on the one time is just wide as Klun puts it back down low. Anderson again. Jakey at the dot. His one-timer is blocked away. Nice wraparound chance. It's loose in the crease. The puck is still loose. Can't get it frozen down. Bodies fall into the ice. But Kolker able to stand strong. The defense helps him out. Panthers back to their blue line.
Yeah, and again, he really kind of got into no man's land on his back trying to cover it. Just couldn't get that cover and couldn't get the whistle.
Referee loses his edge but gets right back up. Panthers with it in their own zone. Klun's pass a little bit out of reach. I believe this is going to go down for icing. It does. So we'll take the face-off to the Panthers zone with 15:01 to go in the first.
And this game is kind of starting out the way we kind of figured. It's going to be a back and forth, definitely more physical than the last game. And the size of Waupun is definitely going to be a challenge. But again, Oregon is no stranger to physical hockey.
Face-off controlled by the Warriors in the Panther zone. Pass across to the bottom of the circle. Deflected there, a big collision with Easton Lindert. And a nice pass from Logan Leatherberry trying to find Rotier on the stretch. Off his tape, it's Waupun Warriors, Dylan Pribanow. The Warriors coming up the left wing edge. Leatherberry tries to get a fit in. Shot goes through the crease and wide all the way to the far side. Stripped away by Rotier. A nice job to pick up that puck. His pass broken up. The loose puck remains in the Oregon zone. And now Rotier will fire it across to Leatherberry as the Panthers look to get a breakout. Good cross ice. They find Linder. The captain takes a little shot, dumps it in to allow his teammates to chase as Rotier pursues with 14:19 to go in the first. New skaters for the Panthers, and Rotier will change as well. Warriors through center ice. They've got a 2-on-2. Working towards the center. Drag around one target. Push down. Tries a shot from the ice. It winds up just wide. Jakey around one man. Around a second man. Around a third man. Here's Jakey and Anderson. A 2-on-1 break. Anderson to Jakey. Shot and a save. What a stop by Kolker. You couldn't draw that up any better for Anderson and Jakey, but Kolker stands strong.
You know, we were talking during warm-ups, watching that drill where he pushes off. He had such a strong push-off, great positioning. He knew where that puck was going, was able to read it. That's a huge save for Waupun.
Face-off controlled by the Warriors, but it's deflected into the safety netting. We'll face off quickly again. Boy, we saw that one developing, and we've seen Jakey bury that shot an awful lot. Killer pass, and in fact, Jakey goes over and taps the glove of Kolker. Nice show of sportsmanship and respect there. Face-off win by the Panthers. Jakey tries a shot. It's high over the glass to the right wing side. Anderson back to Jakey with the skate. His shot deflected, doesn't make it to the net. Nice job by Jack Klund to hold at the blue line. Panthers' Dawson Peterson puts it down low for Jakey beneath the net. Anderson now at the corner. Back to Jakey. Feed to Anderson on the give and go. Nothing doing. Broken up by the Warriors with 13:34 to play in a scoreless first period. Anderson up high. Now back down low. Pursued now by Peterson. He'll have a look at the corner. Feed to Jakey beneath the net. Tapped out of the air and knocked all the way to the far wing. Klund cheats down from his defensive position. Got the puck with a skate blade, looking to put it into center. Instead, a shot and a quick save. What a slap that time from Easton Linder. Great stick save from Kolker. Another shot. They get the deflection. It goes wide of the cage. Jakey had the redirect, but pushed it a bit far. Jakey at the blue line, pushed through into center ice. Finally, the Warriors get clear of their zone as Jakey looks to come back in. Linder carrying the puck. Got it to the outer hash marks. Job for Jakey at the top. High slot, a shot and a pad save from Kolker, who's doing a lot of work early in this game. The Waupun Warriors will just dump and get a change. They send it on target for McAlpine. Panthers want to rush it immediately back up. Linder to Shreven on the give and go. Shreven collides and continues to hold his skates. Not only a fast skater, but a very conscious and talented skater as well. 12:33 to play in the scoreless first period here on OCA Media's coverage of the sectional semifinals. Shreven retreating through the neutral zone, looking to get his teammates set up as Linder goes for the change. Shreven now dumps one across, trying to find John McKenzie. Collision at the board as the puck comes all the way to the far wall. Point for the Panthers, and not able to dig the one-timer that time was Busgeiger. Waupun Warriors try to work it. Puck tapped all the way to the far corner of the Panther zone with 12:05 to play in the first. High off the glass as the referee avoids, and here's McKenzie. Nice little dish to Andrew Yachman. Top of the circle. His rising shot goes over the cage with 11:56 to play in the first period. Here's Yachman again, top of the circle again. This shot's on target, knocked down by the glove of Kolker. Jack Klund at the point. He tries for another shot. Doesn't make it through traffic, collides with Ethan Dish of the Panthers. Klund once again, he pinches up, and now there's a 2-on-1 chance for Waupun as they take advantage. Karasek on the defense, he blocks the shot. George Karasek for the Panthers.
Big defensive play, and then Baltzer just lit up the Oregon player along the boards.
Here comes Yachman once more. Same place, same shot. Glove down and stopped. That time by Kolker. Yachman tried 3 different times from there. Can't get past Kolker. How about George Karasek on that 2-on-1?
That was huge. Best scoring opportunity so far for Waupun, and they were able to break it. So we're seeing it go easy, even across the board. It's just impressive to watch so far.
Panthers win the faceoff. A huge shot and an amazing pad save from Kolker. Here come the Warriors the other way. It's Lukasz Kubasa. All the way around to the right wing side. Picked up by Mason Anderson. Great wrap pass. Here's Andrew Jakey. He's got 2 defenders in front of him, trying to work his way through. Puck slapped to the corner. 11 minutes even to play. Back towards Anderson, and on the right wing side once again. Warriors there. Backhand is clear, and it's Busgeiger retreating to center ice. Jakey on the angled pass. Tries to drag it in. Warriors break it up. Busgeiger again. Nicely dumped in. Busgeiger, not a guy whose name we call often, and that is very much to his credit. Very solid defensive player.
Yeah, when you're playing defense, you don't want to hear your name often. It means you're doing your job when we don't hear it.
Easton Linder into the center for Dawson Peterson. Peterson fires a shot. It's loose. A nice save from Kolker. He couldn't control the rebound, but Waupun able to skate this one out. Jack Klund defensively for the Panthers. Cross ice to Busgeiger. One touch and moving forward is Easton Linder. He's got help with him. He's got Rotier in the center, works his way around. Wraparound chance and covered up by Kolker. Karasek at the point, tries to backhand it down low. Rotier there, looking for Jakey, finds him. Shot from the low angle and it comes off the glass. Karasek will hold at the blue line, put it down to Linder. Karasek again at the blue line, trying to feed it to Rotier. Here's Rotier down to the bottom of the circles. Rotier a shot. Kolker a positional save, knocks it away. Loose puck in front, can't get it. There's Shreven, he can't quite turn on it. Takes out the shins, and now we've got a whistle. And the net is off. I believe that's what the whistle was for.
No, Kolker came probably 3.5, 4 feet out of the crease and covered it up.
Ah, he did cover it. Okay, covered and released real quickly. So 9:51 to play in a scoreless first. The Panthers are buzzing. Klund from the top of the circle. That shot is blocked, and the Warriors looking to get a step. Nate Baltzer, feet across, all alone. Backhand shot is saved by Nate McAlpine. Mason Holtz of the Warriors tried the backhand on the far side. Nothing doing as McAlpine turns it away. Panthers clear the puck out of the zone. Here's Easton Lindert working through traffic in center ice. Makes his way across the right wing side, avoids one defenseman, works around a second, all the way back behind the net before he's knocked off the puck. Shrevin there on the left wing edge. Works his way to the point and now towards the center. Shrevin around a couple of skaters, so fancy with that footwork. Low angle shot is saved. The puck still loose in front, and the Warriors skated away with 9:10 to play in the first. Still no score in the sectional semifinal. Cross ice pass finds Mason Holtz, chopped by Logan Leatherberry, and Lindert will have it for the Panthers. Excellent to find his man cross ice. It's Peterson up the left wing edge as the Panthers get a change. Dawson Peterson has it knocked off his tape and goes to the corner. Works his way around behind as he's jammed against the wall. Mason Anderson grabs it up from there. Peterson again in the low corner. 8:47 to play in the first. Loose puck taken by the Warriors. It's Lukasz Kubasa once more. Sends it out. Right there as ever is Brock Buskagger. Warriors in their own zone, wanting to turn it around. Chase Beam sends it to the opposite edge. Cross ice pass, and they find Kubasa. Off his tape, he lost track of it. Leatherberry's got it in neutral ice, and he'll dump it down for the Panthers once more. And that will be called icing just behind the red line. So the Panthers will take a face-off in their own zone with 8:25 to go in the scoreless first period.
Boy, are you having fun yet? I mean, honestly, one of the things I was worried about early on was McAlpine was just not seeing a lot of rubber. Then that amazing save on a 2-on-none, essentially, or a 1-on-none that comes in, and he gets in the game. So that's what he wants to see. Great work.
Warriors win the faceoff off the rebound, nearly have a chance, but Buchholz swings over the top of it. Panthers get away with one there. 8:15 to go in the first period. Warriors still control in the Oregon zone. Puck down into the low corner. Panthers trying to stick it out. Comes towards the faceoff dot. Backhand shot and a clean glove from Nate McAlpine.
Yeah, and McAlpine is definitely seeing the puck well, so he's absolutely in this game. And right now, watching McAlpine and Kolker play, they are both following that puck really, really well. They're getting good help in front. I just think each team is trying to win this game in this period. I'd want to dial it back a hair, but man, are they flying.
Hayden Reeder takes the faceoff against Mason Anderson, wins it for Waupun, and now it's down to Reeder in the corner. Pushed off the puck as the Panthers skate in. Anderson trying to get it out along with Karasek. Jakey down there to assist as well. Reeder takes it away, rips a shot, and it's saved, and now skated away by Jack Klund. An alert play from the defenseman. Feeds Andrew Jakey up the right wing side. Jakey has a step on one defender, but tracking back and getting it is Dylan Primenow for Waupun. Klund there, tries to feed across. It bangs off his target of Nate Baltzer. Back to the Panthers in their defensive zone. Karasek across to Klund. Stretch pass attempted for Jakey in center ice. He gets hit. A nice open ice check from the Warriors. Both players take a bit from it, but it separates the man from the puck with 7:23 to go. Leatherberry in his own zone. Tries to find Jakey. He cannot get a stick on it, and so it goes down for icing. A nice pass, just doesn't complete. We'll take the face-off in the Oregon zone.
Yeah, when Jakey was trying to break it out through the neutral zone, it was Holtz who really was able to knock that puck just out of his reach. And then it
Hartgreen.
Yep. I mean, he just played the body real well on Jakey to slow him down. So, again, it's been clean, good hockey.
Buskagger rims it for Shrevin. Out into neutral ice. Comes back to Leatherberry now. Shrevin, one touch to Buskagger. Up the wall for Rotier. Warriors dump it back down. Even 7 minutes to play. Still no score in the first period of this sectional semifinal game. Panthers a little bit out of position there, trying to clear it from behind their own net. Leatherberry into assist. Big collision with Buskagger as Waupun hits the ice. A nice change of direction shot from Waupun there. Chase Beam put in a good one, but McAlpine stands tall. Another icing from Oregon and another face-off in the Panthers zone.
Yeah, and Zimmerman was right there looking for that deflection, and he almost had it. McAlpine had the good angle on it. But again, this is going back and forth. Each team is getting great chances. They're containing it in the offensive zone. It's been impressive.
High-speed game with 6:41 to play. Still no score here. The referee didn't like what he saw from the Panthers, so he'll send Mason Anderson out of the dot. Jakey steps in. Face-off controlled by Panthers, and here comes Anderson. He's got Dawson Peterson with him. Peterson stops up, looks to feed Anderson. Just out of his reach as the puck goes all the way to the wall, but Anderson comes up with it. Peterson with the loose puck on the wall. Back behind the net with 6:25 to go in the first period. Warriors hassled by Jakey. He picks it up on that right wing edge. Drop for Anderson. Attempted give and go is broken up by Waupun. Up the wall, Jack Klun will be there at the far point. Klun feeds back down. Anderson, he's got Jakey in the middle. Feeds him. Shot! And it's deflected off the defensive stick of Waupun high into the glass. 6:03 to go in the period. Karasek swipes that one all the way back behind the net. Mason Holtz for Waupun, picking it up on the far side. Battle with the Panthers defense. 3 Panthers on the scene as the puck leaks toward the point. Mason Anderson, a nice job to step around his man and get it into neutral ice. Picked up by Hayden Reeder of Waupun. He's around the defense of Dawson Peterson. Reeder a shot, a save from McAlpine. Jack Klun collides with Reeder as they go back behind the net. Puck returns there. Reeder and Klun battle once more. And now Peterson looking to flick it out. Bangs off the defender, doesn't get clear. Karasek behind his net for Oregon. Jakey there, angles it off the skate. That one may not have the energy for icing. No, it does not. Refs wave it off. 5:20 to play in the first period. Still no score here in the sectional semifinal game at the Oregon Ice Arena. Lost stick for Waupun. Panthers trying to capitalize. Shrevin working through traffic. Down low. Drops a shot and hit the post. Isaac Rotier beat Kolker on that one, but took the iron. No goal for the Panthers. Shrevin again. Bottom of the circle. Around his man. Looking to get an open shot. Fires a backhand and Kolker has it in the paraphernalia with 4:59 to play.
So from where I was sitting, I don't know if that hit the pipe or his blocker.
I thought I heard the ring. That's
okay,
what I thought.
I didn't hear that.
Either way, what a shot.
And that was set up by Shrevin, just working hard. And again, he is so creative with the puck. He makes things happen, and he's looking for those open spots.
Easton Linder will take the faceoff for the Panthers in the Waupun zone. He wins that one, and here's Shrevin. Shrevin's got a bit of a look. His shot is blocked by the defense of Waupun. Shrevin and the defender go to the ice. Linder taken to the ice as the puck is into the neutral zone. Moves it across to Buskagger. Entry for Rotier as he taps it to avoid the icing. Rotier there. He's got Shrevin in the middle, looking to feed him. Now he'll dish it out towards Linder on the far side. Point for Buskagger. His shot is gathered up by Kolker with 4:34 to play.
2 things that I really like seeing, and I'm sure the coaches on each team like seeing. Active sticks. Everybody's got their sticks in the lane. They're trying to keep everything from going somewhere, and also the amount of support that each goaltender is getting in front of them. It's really hard to get in there for a rebound or a deflection.
Face-off won by the Panthers. Jakey shot off the top of the glove and in! Andrew Jakey with that quick wrister like we've talked about. Kolker didn't quite get the glove up in time. It flutters back and into the net, and it's 1-0 Panthers with 4:32 to play in the first period.
That's one Kolker's going to want to get back. But I want to talk about a little bit of things we saw earlier in the first. We saw Kolker was having a hard time keeping that puck in his glove. I think that's part of it. Maybe he didn't feel it, but off the tip with that deceptive wrist shot, and Jakey's on the board.
Jakey scores as he does so often in this game. It's 1-0 Panthers, a huge first goal to break things open in this sectional semifinal game. We'll get the score here. Jakey from Anderson. Mason Anderson getting on the score sheet as well. Panthers clear one out after Waupun tried to get an opportunity. And here's Jakey going step for step with Waupun. Tries the low angle shot. And Kolker wisely comes out and covers as charging in was Dawson Peterson. How did Jakey even get that one on the net?
He was looking to try and bounce it in off of Kolker, which I think on some goaltenders that's probably going to be somewhat effective. I don't think Kolker was giving him anything to go at. But then Waupun came back right off the faceoff and had a good opportunity down low. And after you give up a goal, that's what you want to see. You want to try and get out there and make it known you're not going to go down more than one.
John McKenzie, the senior, takes the faceoff for the Panthers. Puts it down low as the fourth liner out there for Oregon. McKenzie in the corner looking to fight, trying to feed this one over to Ethan Dish. Now up to the point for Jack Klun. Defenseman takes a shot. It's blocked by Waupun, but Klun holds it in the zone. Turned around by McKenzie. Loose puck. Panthers pick it up. Continues to be loose. No one can settle it, and Waupun able to skate it forward. Klun knocks his man off of it, and the Panthers' Andrew Yachman will feed it back to George Karasek. Klun in his own defensive zone. Stretch pass for McKenzie. Panthers enter onside. Here's Yachman. He's around one man, but the puck easily swatted away by Chase Beam of Waupun. Point for Jack Klun once more. 3:22 to play in the first period. Panthers up 1-0 thanks to the Andrew Jakey goal just a moment ago. Ethan Dish in the corner. Warriors try a stretch pass on the backhand. Hustling for that one is Nate Balzer. Batzler wants to get around one man, but there's Logan Leatherberry. Easily picks the puck up, and the Panthers might have an opportunity if they can keep it moving. Chase Beam says no thank you from Waupun. Leatherberry fires, hits Beam, and the Warriors will pick that one up and try and take it out themselves. He fires it that time off of Easton Linder, and he'll go for a change. McAlpine behind his own net, living dangerously, but the Panthers thankfully able to break it free. Warriors feed across, one-time shot and a save from McAlpine. Mason Holtz didn't quite get a hold of that one as much as he wanted. McAlpine pushes over and makes the stop.
Yeah, Holtz is looking at the sky right now. He was wide open all day. Definitely looked like he healed that one. He had a great opportunity, but the truth was McAlpine, he really recovered well and was in good position. But those are chances you got to be very careful giving up to the Warriors here.
Panthers win the faceoff in their own zone, up towards Shrevin on the near side. Wrap around for Easton Lindert, who moves it ahead with the skate, and Lindert is shoved hard against the wall. Back to Leatherberry in the Panthers' defensive zone. Buskagger up along the wall for Rotier. Tap ahead, Lindert will chase. Shrevin's got it, low angle. Shrevin, backhand shot, pad save from Kolker. Rotier, low angle shot, loose in front, can't quite turn on it as Lindert. Skates it back around, feed to center, nobody there but the Warriors, and they'll move it forward on the rush. 2:12 to play in the first period. Panthers up 1-0 thanks to an Andrew Jakey goal. Everyone getting a change here as the puck lazily through the Waupun zone. Up at the point, played by the hand that time of Lukasz Kubasa. Panthers into the zone, and just entering early was Dawson Peterson. Offsides, and we'll take a face-off in neutral X.
Yeah, if you're the Warriors right now, you got to be happy with your play along the boards. They have really stopped a lot of the breakouts coming through. They're closing off those areas along the boards, and they're winning those battles. Both sides are playing physical, but Oregon right now seems to own the middle of the ice.
Face-off in center ice. Panthers control. There's Jack Klun tapping it up the net. Peterson to Anderson, and backhand into the zone. Warriors there. Nice block by Andrew Jakey. Great job by Anderson to take it. Looking to feed Jakey. Now takes it himself. Great job by Kolker to pad save on the backhand attempt. And Waupun wants to rush the other way. They've got a 4-on-2 as Chase Beam accelerates. Beam looking for the shot. Drops. Shot and a block from George Karasek. Lukasz Kubasa, the senior, with 6 goals already this season. Tried to fire one in. George Karasek puts the legs together and stops it.
Yeah, I think he was trying to use Karasek as a screen there, take a little bit of McAlpine's eye line, but came a little bit too close and catches him off the side. But again, you can't give up that many people coming in, just 4-on-2.
Panthers rim one hard off the face-off. Jakey up the near side. Puck tap back into the Oregon zone for Mason Anderson. Finds Jakey in center ice. He's got Dawson Peterson with him. Jakey trying to get around traffic. Waupun breaks it up and back into the center. Buskagger there. He'll dump this one in, and Panthers will give chase. Easily stopped by Kolker, and he will freeze it down with 1:10 to go. The Panthers are up 1-0 in this sectional semifinal.
Yeah, right now, just watching this back and forth, the size and speed of the Warriors is helping them, especially along the boards. But they've got to generate more scoring chances down the middle and look for those second and third opportunities.
70 seconds to go in this period. Face off in the Waupun zone. Shrevin trying to push back through. Waupun has it. High off the glass, trying to feed Mason Holtz. Into center ice, he finds Batzler. Batzler has it knocked off his tape. McAlpine will wisely cover it up with 56 seconds to go.
Great breakout. Again, worked it through, got to the side, and again, they're doing really, really good along the boards. They're feeling that area, and that was probably one of their best breakouts that we've seen so far this period. They just weren't able to get a good capitalize on it.
Inside of a minute to play, Waupun wins the faceoff. Top of the circle, a pad save from Nate McAlpine. Back behind the net for the Panthers. Waupun sends it in front, and McAlpine will stop on top of it. 47 seconds left in this first period. The Panthers on top 1-0.
That was a great save by McAlpine. It was kind of deceiving because so much was moving in front of him, but he was reading that puck on the shot, and I think he was surprised where it hit him. But again, that's just great positioning. Nice
full student section tonight. Great to see them supporting their hockey team here. Swing and a miss from Brock Buskagger, a rare misstep for him. With 42 seconds to go, he taps it along the near side wall, and he will skate it forward as the Panthers look for the breakout. Leatherberry, one of the alternate captains, hard off the wall, Shreven can't get it, but no ice the call. 30 seconds to go. Panthers have it, looking to set up. Linder, his shot is deflected high and into the safety netting. Face-off will come in the Waupun zone with 25 seconds to play.
This tempo, how long do you think they can keep this up? Can they keep it going for a second and a third period?
This has got to be tough on both teams because they are at absolute pedal-to-the-metal speeds here. Both teams just with the afterburners on. And if we get 2 more periods of this, I'm going to be very excited. 25 seconds to go. Face-off in the Warriors zone is won by the Warriors, but now Peterson tries to pick it up behind the net for Oregon. 19 seconds to play. Panthers up 1-0. Here's Jack Klun. Tap down for Peterson beneath the net. Battling with Chase Beam back there. Beam up the wall. 10 seconds to go. It's Klun once more. Send down. Here's Jakey. Jakey's shot goes wide. 5 seconds to play. Mason Anderson will backhand down for Peterson. And that is how this period will end. It's 1-0 Panthers after 1. Andrew Jakey from Mason Anderson at 12:28 in the first is the difference in this game. But Dan, both teams had some really good offensive push in that. I think the time of possession favored Oregon, but Waupun had some great odd skater breaks.
Yeah, they really did. They just weren't able to get a lot more pressure in front of McAlpine to get those second chances. They had a couple good screens where McAlpine had to make some big saves. But if you're Waupun in this game, you're very happy with your performance. You're down 1-0, but you generated chances. You're winning board battles. This is not a lopsided affair. I think their work along the boards has been really good, and if I'm Oregon, I want to work a little bit better along those boards. Where the Warriors have to work on is right down the middle of the ice, because Shreven, Jakey, Linder, they're moving so well through and they're connecting on their passes. They got to find a way to stop that.
Absolutely. Folks, OCA Media is your local community access television station. We broadcast local, entertaining, and informative programs on Charter and TDS Cable. On-demand programs like Panther Sports are on our YouTube channel. Check out our website for our program guide and more information at www.ocamedia.com. And if your organization would like to join our family of sponsors whose donations help make Panther Sports possible, please contact Paul at ocamedia.com. That's P-A-U-L at ocamedia.com for more information. We'll be back with the second period in just a few minutes. It's Panthers 1, Waupun 0, but there is a lot of hockey left to play in this sectional semifinal. You're watching Oregon Panthers boys hockey here on OCA Media. Welcome back, everyone, to today's sectional semifinal matchup between the Oregon Panthers and the Waupun Warriors. After one period of hockey, it's Panthers 1, Warriors 0. I'm Zach Seeloff alongside Dan Graychuk for OCA Media. And Dan, an exciting first period, an extremely fast first period.
Yeah, it was fast, not only in just run time, but the speed from shift to shift. The line changes have been great. Only a couple times have the Warriors been hemmed in their own end where they needed to get a quick shift because they were getting just gassed. A couple times the same on Oregon's side, but the puck is just moving, and it's hard to say who's has the advantage there. But, man, this has been a great game.
I've been enjoying it a lot, and as you and I talked about towards the end of the period, it'll be very interesting to see if both teams can sustain this pace as we continue through the second period and then eventually into the third. As we come out in the second period, we talked about what Oregon wanted to do to start the game. What do you want to do as Waupun here? You're down one, but you've been in tough. Kolker's made a ton of great saves. What do you do in the first few minutes to try and change the script a little bit for yourself?
They got to get it high. They got to get it into the offensive zone and start working the points a little bit better. That'll give their forwards some time to get some traffic in front of McAlpine. What we've seen since McAlpine's been playing, if he can see the puck a majority of the time, he's going to stop it. They need to find a way to get some traffic there, and we haven't seen any good rebound attempts on either end, really. So that's what I would want to see from the Warriors. Get the points involved, get some traffic, and look for those second chances.
If you're the Panthers, then, it feels like their offense has been working, like they've been getting the pressure they want, and you talked about them moving the puck through the neutral zone. What are you seeing defensively that they need to change? They gave up that 4-on-2 rush. They gave up the 2-on-0 rush. Is that just a transition thing, or is there things their defensemen can do?
You know, you look at the times that happened, it was because there were some great scoring chances going down deep. So you're starting to see some defense collapse in to try and help generate more of an opportunity. And when that happens, you do leave yourself vulnerable. But the truth is, normally when they've done that, they've been able to find the back of the net. Kolker has just played an amazing first period. Again, talking to our counterpart, it sometimes has an issue with that glove in the first. I think we're going to see a very much more focused Kolker, if that's possible. And if the unofficial count of 23 shots on goal is correct, wouldn't surprise me. But again, just a great outing from him so far.
Folks, once again, I'd like to take an opportunity to thank sponsors who make OCA Media Sports exclusive broadcasts like this possible. They include the Village of Oregon, a great place to live, work, and play. The Oregon School District, actively building competency, character, culture, and community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club, doing great things for all Panther sports. Your membership dues directly support our student athletes. Consider becoming a booster today. Oregon Area Cares Community Coalition. Parenting teens is hard. We're here to help. OregonAreaCares.org. Wisco Industries, proud supporter of Panther sports, celebrating our 75th anniversary in 2024. Culvers of Oregon, Stoughton Health, and your local pizza pit. So the long shift here in the second stanza as the Panthers will move right to left as we look at them. Waupun moving left to right. Oregon's going to send their second line out there. It's Mason Anderson, Andrew Jakey, and Peterson on the forward line. Buskagger and Leatherberry, the two starting defensemen, will be out there to start once more. McAlpine in net for the Panthers. They're up 1-0 as we get ready to start the second period of the sectional semifinals. Puck drops and we are underway. Both teams excited, fired up, and the Warriors have it to start with. They'll come the other way. Hayden Reeder trying to move things forward. Panthers, Mason Anderson gets pushed hard against the wall. Lots of contact so far in this game. That continuing early in this second period. Puck in the Panthers zone. Nobody with control toward the blue line. Warriors able to hold and fire it down low. Buskagger chases there. Backhands to Leatherberry. Finds Jakey. Jakey finds Peterson. Peterson's got a chance here coming ahead with Easton Linder. Peterson takes it around his man. Tries a backhand through traffic. Nobody there except Hayden Reeder of the Waupun Warriors. Reeder bringing it up now. Angled off the wall. Hand is up for icing. And that will be the call. Boy, he threaded that one through traffic to get the icing. And we'll take the faceoff back to the Warriors zone.
Yeah, that was a really close call. You know, one thing I've noticed standing above the benches, everybody on Oregon is standing up. They're all looking to try and get out there. There just seems to be a very different feel to this team in this game. They're focused.
Faceoff. Not controlled by anybody. Still loose. Panthers trying to grab it. Warriors at the point. Send it forward. Clearing that one out of the zone was Lukasz Kubasa. Waupun tries to send it into the Panther zone, but Rotier breaks it up. Doesn't allow it through. Jack Klund defensively for the Panthers. All the way to the corner. Here's James Shrevin. He's 2-on-2 with Linder. Shrevin, low angle, shot and a save from Kolker. Linder taps through traffic to the faceoff dot. Now the point for George Karasek. Karasek whistles one in, takes out his man with the shot. Kubasa goes to the ground. Puck still there. There's Karasek again. Now he does send one through traffic. Nearly gets the defensive redirect, but it's sticked away from the net. Big hit from James Shrevin. Shrevin's around his man to the low angle. Loose puck, backhand, shot and a score! Isaac Rotier lifts it over to Linder, who lifts it into the net. And the Panthers take a 2-0 lead. 15:27 to go in this second period.
That goal is all caused by the physical play at the point. Playing the body to separate from the puck. Shrevin then carries it in, gets it in the middle, not able to get the shot he wants, gets a little bit of a rebound, and then they're able to bury it. That's one of those goals that you hate to give up, but at the same time, Oregon worked hard for that goal.
I don't have, let's get the call here.
I think they gave it to Linder.
They gave it to Linder. Yep, it was definitely Linder that scored. Rotier with the first assist. I didn't know if they'd give Shrevin the second assist. They did. And so Linder now with 5 goals, 7 points through this playoff series. A great score from him. A nice job by Rotier to flip it to him. But as you said, all set up by the physical play of James Shrevin. One of the smallest guys on the ice for sure. I don't have height and weight stats for him. But just looking at him, his physical stature would not tell you what a tough player he is.
Yeah, and how fast and just how explosive he can be.
Andrew Jakey, speaking of, delivers a big hit behind the net. The Warriors trying to bring it out, but a loose puck is grabbed by Easton Linder. Linder in a fight for it along the wall. Tries to tap it up towards the point. Now coming forward is Hargrink of the Waupun Warriors. Rotier loses his stick, and the Warriors will send it in on McAlpine. He's going to try and cover that one up. Instead, opts to dish it away. 14:20 to go in the second period. Panthers up 2-0 as Easton Linder puts in a second one here in the second period. Rotier dump and chase. He's around his man. Looks to find Linder once more. Chase beam for Waupun, able to send it forward. Backhand pass broken up by Sheridan. Beam with it once more for the Warriors along his own near side. Broken up this time by Rotier. Feed across into the center. Jack Klund. A shot from the center point is wide. There's Rotier, but his attempted backhanded pass doesn't go, and it's just through. Boy, Linder had a look at that one, but could not get the backhand on. The Warriors take the icing, and the Panthers are buzzing here in the second period.
Yeah, and I think the Warriors want to take that icing just for a quick reset. Just kind of slow it down a bit because that was a very dangerous opportunity. Really a lot like the other one. Not a clear cut, just one-on-one or a great passing play. Just a lot of traffic. And they just want to slow it down and make the Panthers work a little bit harder.
13:47 to go in the second period. Panthers lead 2-0. Andrew Jakey in the first, Easton Linder in the second are the goals for Oregon. Karasek with a little bit of a quick shot there. Easily handled by Kolker. Loose puck swing and a miss over the top by Ethan Dish. He wanted to hit a home run there and instead caught nothing but air. He's got it again though as he tries to wrap around. Pad save from Kolker. Backhand is wide of the net. Waupun along the near side wall. Trying to get it there is Kubasa. He can't get it clear, and it remains in the Warrior zone. Wrapped around to the opposite side for Chase Beam of Waupun. Lofted up into center ice, and Jack Klund will take over for the Panthers. Loses an edge, loses the puck. Waupun looking to take advantage, but Klund able to grab his feet and get the puck out. Dish across the blue line, fighting for it. Stripped away that time by Jonas Buchholz of Waupun.
Yeah, the line change kind of hurt him there on that breakaway chance.
Backhanded chance by Nate Batzler. Boy, he had a good look at it and was hit at just the last second. Couldn't get the forehand shot. Pass ahead to Dish is off his skate. Waupun has it in center ice, and they'll tap it forward. George Karasek for the Panthers in his own zone with 12:45 to play in the second period. Panthers lead 2-0 here at this sectional semifinal. Now here's John McKenzie for Oregon. At the point, he elects to just dump it down. He'll go for a change as new skaters come on for the Panthers. Warriors out of their zone, lose control of the puck right to Leatherberry at the center line. He's high off the glass, rims to the near side. Mason Anderson will have it there for Oregon. Elects to let it go by for Dawson Peterson. Feed down low is taken away that time by Hartgrink of Waupun. He's into the near corner of the Panthers zone. Up along the wall, now loose into the slot. Leatherberry's there, trying to work around, and we've got a hand up. I think a slash is coming against Oregon. We'll get the signal from the referee. high stick, I believe is the call.
Gotcha.
So high sticking the call. It'll be against Logan Leatherberry, and the Panthers will have a 2-minute penalty kill. The first power play of the night goes to Waupun.
And this is going to be a huge power play for Waupun. This will give them a chance to get right back in this game. And one adjustment we've seen from the Panthers, they're really working better along the boards than they were in that first period. So this is a great opportunity for Waupun to get back in it.
I misread the signal from the official. It was slashing the call against Logan Leatherberry. And so Waupun sets up a top of the circle shot, saved by McAlpine, and he gathers it into the glove. Nice job to use the stick and the pad in combination. Minute 48 to go on the power play, 11:53 to go in the second period. Panthers up 2-0.
Yeah, Warriors look to rush that one a little bit. I think I probably would have wanted to wait a little bit, get some more puck movement before that shot. But again, get it on net.
Face-off controlled by Waupun as they look to set up their offense. Hengled off the referee that time, trying to clear it out. Sheridan there. Oh, and he's got a touch, and here comes James Sheridan on a 2-on-none break with Isaac Rotier. Sheridan to the hash marks, takes the shot and scores! James Sheridan, a shorthanded breakaway. He calls his own number, buries it. A minute 31 on the power play, 11:36 to play in the period, and it is 3-0 Oregon.
He is so fast, and when he's working on that point against the defenders, that's one of those where you've got to be so aware that he is there, because all he needs is 1 or 2 steps, and he's just off to the races.
Such a fast skater, and as you said, the acceleration is unbelievable, and Brock Buskager's stick breaks as he's away from the play. He delivers a big body check to break up the play as Karasek steps in for him. The shattered remnants of his stick remain on the ice in the Panther zone as Waupun looks to move up that way, breaking up on the left wing side. Puck dumped into the net. McAlpine behind his own cage, lofts it off the face of one of the Waupun players, and it works on the near side, and now the Panthers have another stretch attempt. Andrew Yachman trying to move past. Puck at the point. Yachman couldn't move it forward. And Panthers still on the penalty kill, will retreat back defensively. 55 seconds on the power play, 10:58 to play in the second period. Oregon leads 3-0 after a shorthanded goal by James Sheridan, and McAlpine sliding out on a very low angle, realized where he was and wisely covers it up.
Yeah, Waupun just ran out of room there coming down that right wing. But again, that's the kind of speed that they can generate going through the neutral zone when they get that chance. And again, we need to make sure McAlpine's seeing some of these pucks, feeling in the game, and right now he seems laser focused.
46 seconds on the power play, 10:51 to go in the period. Panthers up 2-0, face-off near side of their zone. Anderson puts the face-off back. Now he's got it up along the wall, tries to clear it out. Oh, and just over the top of it is Jakey. He had nothing but white ice to look at. Delayed offside as Waupun checks up and now enters the zone. Stripped away by Mason Anderson. Anderson looking to clear. Fires it off the bottom of the glove of one of the Warriors and back into their defensive zone. 25 seconds left on this power play. 10:28 to go in the second period. Anderson has been all over it on this shift here, working extremely hard as trying to move forward was Hartgrink of Waupun. He's got it in that far corner of the Oregon zone. Pushed off the puck by Jakey, now takes it back. Top of the circle, shot and a stick save from McAlpine. Warriors set up with 6 seconds to go. Try one in the slot, nothing doing. Pass goes too far as it bounces to the corner. Up to the point, and both teams are now full strength as the penalty expires. Shot deflected away. We get a whistle.
Went out of play, hit the netting.
Oh, it hit the netting, okay. So whistle for out of play, 10:01 to go. The Panthers not only successfully kill the penalty, but grab a shorthanded goal. James Sheridan scores, and it's 3-0 Oregon.
Yeah, and I think that last shot was probably their best look. They waited to get that shot off till there was just enough traffic, just happened to get it deflected out.
Face-off in the Panther zone is won by Oregon. Brock Buskager hustles it to the opposite side. Big collision at the point, but the puck comes back down beneath the end line. Easton Linder trying to get around traffic. Big hit delivered behind his man. Could have been a check from behind. I think Waupun wanted the whistle, nothing doing. They control the puck at the point of the Oregon zone. 9:42 to play in the second period. Panthers up 3-0 thanks to the shorthanded goal from James Sheridan. Battling for that puck is Easton Linder. Ends up behind the net. Waupun there. Tried to feed in front. It's broken up by Brock Buskager. Here comes the aforementioned Sheridan again. Sheridan takes a step on his man as he works that beneath the net. Fires a shot and goes too high on the backhand. Puck comes all the way to the blue line, saved by Oregon as they hold the zone. And here's Sheridan again. He has got wheels for days. just literally flying across the ice as he tries to regain his footing, comes up with the puck again and continues to battle. Feed toward Lindert is out of his reach. Leatherberry winding a drive. Oh, and that took Sheridan, and we're going to see it. Oh, no, that took Lindert. Excuse me. I couldn't tell if that got his abdomen or his wrist. He goes down hard, and Lindert right to the bench. 8:51 to play in the second period. 3-0 Oregon as they fight for the puck in the Waupun zone once more. Mason Anderson to George Karasek. Karasek high slot. His rising shot is too tall. They almost swat it out of the air. Jack Clun from the slot. And a save from Kolker.
Oh.
And we've got a signal from the referee about visual obstruction. So I think the referee is saying he whistled it because he lost track of the puck.
Gotcha. All right, weird, but there was a lot of traffic down there.
Oh, boy.
Kolker was having to move around an awful lot. So, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, and looking at Lindert down here in some pain, that one definitely got him in the abdomen. For those of you who don't know hockey pads, you have a pad that comes up right to about your belly button and then no padding until about your bottom of your rib cage. It got him in that little sweet spot there. We hope he's all right. George Karasek at the point for Oregon. Can't hold the zone, but does hold the puck and rifles it back into Waupun territory. 8:14 to play in the second period. Panthers lead 3-0. Jakey, Lindert, and Sheridan are the ones with the scores so far for Oregon. Sheridan's was shorthanded in this period. They battle in the corner. Now here's Jakey, top of the circle. His shot deflects into the netting. Once more, we'll get another face-off here in the Waupun zone.
Jakey can be so dangerous coming off the boards, and he can make a play out of nothing. And that deceptive shot, just how quick it comes off his stick and where he's looking, makes it really difficult for goaltenders to kind of track.
Face-off will be in the near side of the Waupun zone. 7:59 to play in this second period. John McKenzie will take it for Oregon. Waupun controls. It's Chase Beam going behind his own net. Turns around, comes up the near side. Pass finds Flegner. In through center. Loose puck. Does work its way forward for Lukasz Kubasa. At the point, Beam can't hold the zone. Has to retreat into center ice. Kerner into the zone for Oregon. They loft one forward. That one might be a bit too strong. And icing will be the call there. 7:33 to go in the second period. Still 3-0 Oregon. Will take the face-off on the far side of their zone.
If you're Waupun right now, you just need to take a breath and realize you're not going to score 3 goals all at once. They need to find a way to get some good traffic and generate another good scoring opportunity. And they're right back in this game. A 3-goal lead is incredibly dangerous in any hockey game.
Face-off controlled by the Warriors. Take a quick shot from the point. It's wide of the cage and works to the near side. James Sheridan has it there. Back behind his own net. Now rims to that far side. Tipped up and held by the Warriors. Sheridan battles for it. Mason Anderson steps in. Rim to the near side now. Coming along is Buskagger. Finds Sheridan. Buskagger through traffic. Nice reception. Oh, boy. Mason Anderson wanted a little give and go and instead sends it into his own bench. Thankfully, everyone looks okay. Easton Lindert laying down there. Thankfully, did not take any damage as that puck came waffling through. Face-off will be at center ice.
Yeah, right now, again, Oregons are doing great along the boards. That was a part of their game we didn't see as much in the first period. Right now, they're in control of that area.
Face-off is won by the Warriors. One-touch pass is too long, and Leatherberry has it for Oregon. Buskagger up the wall to Sheridan. Warriors turn it right around. Buskagger there, and returns the favor. Here's Jakey with Sheridan. Now Sheridan, top of the circle. Drop down, trying to find Mason Anderson. The alternate captain for Oregon finds Jakey. Jakey leaves it for Anderson. Broken up by the Warriors. At their own dot, here come the Warriors trying to come up on the rush. Moving ahead with some speed is Hayden Reeder. He's around one man, and Reeder's got it down at the low part of the circle. Tries a low angle shot. It angles off Sheridan's skate and misses the cage. Anderson's got a 3-on-2 opportunity developing here. Anderson with space on the left wing. Taps it ahead for Jakey to go grab, and Kolker wisely covers that one up. 6:20 to play in the second period. Panthers up 3-0.
Yeah, and it looks like Lindert's moving around a little bit more on the bench, which is always good to see. You always hate it when you see anybody go down like that, but that's one of those stinger kind of plays where it just takes all the air out of you.
Panthers will take the face-off near side of the Waupun zone. John McKenzie for Oregon, but it's Waupun that picks it up in the person of Chase Beam. Beam hit up against the wall by Rotier. McKenzie fighting with them, trying to get that puck out of the corner. Waupun able to get it on their own near side. Paintbrush attempt to clear does not get far enough, and here's George Karasek. Rotier off along the wall. McKenzie, and now backhanded by Dawson Peterson. 6 minutes even to go in the second period as the Panthers enjoy a 3-0 lead here at the sectional semifinal. Karasek from the center point, and just a little bit too high. That one is out of play. You know who George Karasek reminds me of in his physical bearing is the knuckle puck kid from the Mighty Ducks. He liked to take shots from the point, didn't quite hit the cage. Karasek's had a couple of nice shots, but they keep rising on him just above the crossbar.
What did Karasek do to you to have you make that comparison?
He won the big game for him. 3-0 Oregon here, 5:49 to go in the second period. And also, The Mighty Ducks, a movie that's now, what, 30 years old? I'm making some old school references here. Mason Anderson tries to tap one forward, a nice shoulder save from Kolker. Bodies go to the ice as Jakey delivers a hit. Chase Beam up towards the point, but Jack Clun is there for Oregon, sends it back down. Lofted pass, this one's going to come all the way down. It'll be on net for McAlpine, and he will cover it up. Karasek protecting his goalie, and we'll take a face-off in the Oregon zone with 5:27 to go in the second period.
Well, for everybody who's watching tonight, you're getting to see one heck of a game. It is 3-0, but that does not really give a good indication of just how well both teams are playing. I think Waupun just needs to find a way to get some second-chance opportunities. Otherwise, this has really been an even back and forth.
Great to see Easton Linder back on the face-off dot for the Panthers after the shot to the abdomen that he took. And look at James Shreven just battling, fighting, trying to get past Cade Hartring. Slides hard into the boards as Hartring takes the puck into the corner of the Waupun zone. Shreven comes up with it now, working in front. Backhand shot is saved and covered by Braden Kolker. Blake Kolker, excuse me.
Yeah, every time Shreven is out there, he just finds a way to make you work even harder. And honestly, there could have been real close to an interference call stopping him to get to the puck, but he's just so fast.
One thing I'm not sure if we mentioned, James Shreven is a sophomore. They're going to have him for 2 more years. How much better is he going to get? 5:04 to go in the second period. The Panthers up 3-0. Waupun in their own zone trying to break out here. Nice little pickup with the hand by Nate Batzler. Batzler on the backhand, though, loses it to Logan Leatherberry. Cross ice to Rotier. One touch to Shreven, and he's dangerous coming through. Through the legs, Shreven, the one-hand attempt, cannot get it past Kolker. There is nothing he will not try to get that puck into the net.
And he has such great hands. And right now, the goaltender can't even find it in his... Oh, it didn't go in his bat. It moved to the side. But Shreven is just dangerous in every way you can think of. His speed, creativity, his hands, his eyes, his speed. He just finds a way to make an opening and is able to make you pay.
Face-off controlled by the Panthers. Waupun able to knock it into center ice, tapped in by Dish, but a delayed offsides as the Panthers check up. Anderson pursues as Waupun looks to break out. That pass broken up by Dawson Peterson. Anderson has it at the center point. Taps past one man, but Waupun picks it up. They've got a 3-on-2 developing if they can hurry. Here comes Batzler on the left wing side. Feed across, sticked away by McAlpine, all the way to the far wall. Batzler behind the net. Picked up by the Panthers. And here they come the other way. Jakey now on the right wing side. Taps past one man, and he'll give chase as Chase Beam for Waupun tries to stop it up. Mason Anderson now working his way around the net. Up to the point, it's Jack Clun. Anderson hops over the top. He'll let it go for Jakey on the opposite side. Feed to the center for Peterson. Doesn't get through traffic. Anderson looking to distribute. Panthers set up. Here's Karasek. Top of the circle. Again, rising and just high. Just need to take a few degrees off the angle on that shot, and it is a Bardowski every time. Feed over to Mason Anderson in the corner. Panthers with 3:47 to go in the second period, leading 3-0 in this sectional semifinal game. The winner will play on Saturday here in Oregon at 12:30. We'll have that for you here on OCA Media. Net mouth scramble, shots trying to get through traffic, and Kolker finally gets her covered up. Little pushing and shoving, but we quickly separate.
Yeah, I think there were a couple extra whacks in there. From our angle, it was hard to see if that puck was covered. But again, it's hard to tell what's going on. It also looks like Anderson is complaining a little bit about a cross-check there, which I understand, but that close to the goaltender, that's going to happen.
Faceoff will be in the far side of the Waupun zone. Easton Lindert in the dot for the Panthers. He wins it back to Sheridan. Point for Jack Clun. Sends one over Sheridan's head. It rolls along but hits the stanchion. Lindert able to get it to Rotier. Up to the point for George Karasek. He's had some good looking ones. A shot pass is wide of the intended mark. Sheridan, far side. Drops down for Linder. Linder moving through traffic from the faceoff dot. He goes high as well. The Panthers really looking to get up high on this goaltender of Blake Kolker here for Waupun. Sheridan through traffic as ever. Drops it for Klund at the point. Klund's shot is sticked away by Kolker. He's had a number of saves in this period. Puck comes out to center ice. There's George Karasek feeding it for Rotier. And offsides is going to be the call, so we'll take the near side neutralized faceoff. 2:53 to play in the second period, 3-0 Oregon.
What we're seeing, and the biggest difference I think between the first and the second, is sustained pressure in the offensive zone. There have been a number of shifts where Oregon has gotten it in deep, worked the cycle, and that's something that Waupun has not been able to do yet.
Mason Anderson in the dot for the Panthers. He's taking on Hayden Reeder of the Waupun Warriors. Anderson does win it. It comes to Buskagger, who immediately sends it in on target against Kolker. Stick to the near side. And now coming forward with it is Pribanow. Ahead to Reeder once more. Trying to get a step as he's hassled from behind by Dawson Peterson. Slows him up enough for Leatherberry to break up the play. And now Jakey wants it. Jakey's got a step here as he comes up that left wing edge. Trying to lead on the power forward move, a one-handed backhand that is turned away by Kolker. Dawson Peterson center point. There's Jakey in the slot. His shot is broken up and covered by Kolker. Dylan Pribanow, the one that had the block to slow it down. How about Andrew Jakey there?
Yeah, that was a power forward move. He was trying to get around, but great defense kept him from getting it back into that high percentage area. But the defense now is scrambling, trying to cover where the puck is going, and they lost track of Jakey out there, which you don't want to do.
Referee didn't like that face-off. We're going to do it again. 2:23 to go in the second period. The Panthers do lead 3-0. Andrew Jakey, Easton Linder, and James Sheridan shorthanded are the 3 goals for them so far in this game. Jakey didn't appreciate the contact from his counterpart in Waupun. Linesman sets us up once more. And we are underway. The puck was under the linesman's feet. Waupun come up with it. 2:19 to go in this period as they try and break it out of their own zone. At the point, held by the Panthers. That time it was Buskagger. Anderson at his own point. His shot deflected away. Chopping at it was Peterson, couldn't get it. Warriors up along the wall. Buskagger holds it once more. Buskagger and Leatherberry, we talked about him at the top, just stalwart at that blue line.
Yeah, they've been really standing everything up, and that's what's generating this pressure. The defensive core is really doing a good job of hemming in that puck.
That one passed up and out of play, past the safety netting. Nice grab by one of the fans there. And we will take a face-off again in the Waupun zone. And I didn't see this in the first period, but here in the second, towards the end, Waupun looks like they've lost a step to Oregon.
Yeah, they're getting a little discouraged, and I don't know why they are. Their play has been solid. They just need to find a way to get more offensive zone pressure. And again, they're right back in it.
Karasek at the point. Tries to work it down low. Waupun sends it clear. That one's going to come down for McAlpine. Taps it for Jack Klund defensively. Up the near side boards. And they're able to make it move forward. McKenzie putting some pressure on Chase Beam of Waupun. Behind his own net. McKenzie pushes him off the puck, and Yachman hustles after it for Oregon. Yachman's got it as he moves to the far side. Feed to the center, trying to hit Ethan Dish, doesn't connect. Waupun now on the rush, trying to get a 3-on-3 going here. Chopped out of midair. Below the shoulders, so no call for the high stick. Feed towards the point, and Waupun cannot hold it. It's just out of reach. They'll have to retreat to their defensive zone with 1:08 to play in this second period. Up off the wall. Warriors into his neutral ice. Jack Klund will have it for the Panthers in his own zone. Klund finds a man, trying to hit Dish. There's Dish with a 2-on-1 along with Rotier. They've got a 3-on-1. Feed to Rotier is just out of his reach. And Isaac Rotier hard into the boards. 50 seconds to go as it comes out to Karasek in neutral ice for Panther. 3-0 Oregon here, inside of a minute to go in the second period. Another 2-on-1 opportunity. Easton Linder, James Shreven, what a pad save, a shoulder save that time by Kolker. Panthers still threatening. Here's Sheridan, tries one for Rotier, nothing doing. Tapped away by the defense of the Warriors. Here's Logan Leatherberry, his shot is stopped. Linder there, Shreven can't turn on it, and the puck will be tapped out into neutral ice. 20 seconds to play in this exciting second period. Panthers not done yet. Here comes James Sheridan. Face-off dot, turns around and puts the brakes on. Leatherberry fires one into the corner as the Panthers are losing their footing. Here's Linder with 9 seconds to play, still looking for an offensive opportunity. Finds Rotier behind the net, 5 seconds to go. There's Linder, a shot and a save. A second shot is stopped. And oh my goodness, what an offensive push by the Panthers. What a setup at the very end. And in the last few minutes, it felt like the ice tipped heavily in Oregon's favor there.
Yeah, it really, really did. Oregon controlled that period pretty much from beginning to end. They were able to keep everything hemmed up in the offensive zone. They generated the most scoring chances, and you could almost see the frustration and the rushing of Waupun in that period. And I don't think they needed to, but they just thought they didn't have as much time. We saw that one pass towards the end there where they were just off because they were forcing it. But all the credit to the defensive core of Oregon keeping that puck in, and just the creativity of all the forwards coming from Oregon. They dominated that period.
2 goals for Oregon in that period. Easton Lindard assisted by Rotier and Sheridan, and then Sheridan shorthanded. Jakey had the goal in the first period, assisted by Mason Anderson, so it is 3-0 Oregon. But there is still 1 period left, and the Waupun Warriors look to claw their way back. It's the sectional semifinal, a sectional championship berth on the line. That game will take place at 12:30 on Saturday here on OCA. Folks, did you know that OCA Media covers hundreds of events each year right here in Oregon? Oregon Community Access, community is our middle name. Don't miss another Panther sports broadcast just like this one. Subscribe to our YouTube channel today. Search OCA Media on YouTube. Join our growing YouTube subscribers who enjoy the hundreds of local events we bring you every year. Oregon Community Access, local original program providing the residents of the Village of Oregon with information and entertainment. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss another game. It's 3-0 Panthers, but there are 17 minutes of hockey left in the sectional semifinal. Do not go anywhere. You are watching Oregon Panthers boys hockey here on OCA Media.
Hi, Mom.
Welcome back, everyone, to the third and final period of this state sectional semifinal game between the Oregon Panthers and the Waupun Warriors. Zach Seeloff and Dan Graychuk here with you on OCA Media. It's 3-0 Panthers. The Panthers added 2 in the second period, including a shorthanded goal by James Sheridan. And Dan, you and I have talked about him a lot. We've talked about him off air and on air. But some of the stuff we saw from him in this period is just, it's creative, it's athletic, it's stuff you just don't see from kids at this level typically.
No, you really don't. And I said kind of in the pregame, again, no disrespect to any other player on the Panthers. This is a team that is stacked with talent. But if I had one guy I was going to pick, it's going to be Sheridan. He's just has all the different tools, and he can make you pay in a number of ways. He hits like he's twice his size. And I know other short people out there, specifically one from Canada, that is literally like 2.5 feet tall. But Sheridan just plays hard. He plays bigger than he is. He has the speed, he has the hands, and above all, creativity.
Another player I want to talk about, because we talk about it a lot in these games, at the high school level, I feel like in particular, heart is such a big part of it. It's like, what are you willing to do? How much are you willing to push? Easton Lindard in this game, man, he took a hard shot right to the abdomen. We could see him down here from our vantage point on the bench. He was suffering.
Yeah.
Gets back in there. He works hard. He helps generate opportunities. He keeps the puck in the zone. He is demonstrating real leadership for this Panthers team.
Absolutely, and those are some of the intangibles as well. I've taken those shots, and I know exactly what it feels like, and where all the air just leaves you, and it's hard to even kind of skate off, and you just want to be left alone. He took his break, he got back up, and he was ready to get out there, and then his next shift he was out. He looked just as good as he did in the first. So you're right, heart is one of those things that it's hard to quantify, but the Panthers have it. The other thing I wanted to say too, you got to look at the age of this Waupun team. This is a young team. Lots of freshmen, lots of sophomores, and they are playing a game that is disciplined, it's smart. Maybe they're rushing a bit in some areas, but I would not count them out at this point.
If you're Waupun here, you're coming out, you're trailing 3-0, you do have some work to do and only 17 minutes to do it in. You're the head coach. What are you telling your guys in the locker room? What are you telling them you want to see on that first shift?
Play our game, because the game in the second period was different than their first. They were a lot more confident. They didn't seem as rushed. They were matching stride for stride. They've got to get back to that. You've got to get the score out of your head, because you're not going to score all 3 at once. You need a good shift. Win a good shift, get some cycle, and get some traffic in front of McAlpine. That's where you got to start. And on the other side, if you're Oregon, you got to keep your foot on the gas. You got to play discipline. My biggest concern, penalty trouble. They got to stay out of the box. We've only seen 1 penalty. That's a good start. But they have to make sure they keep their foot on the gas, play disciplined, play smart, and don't give Waupun a way back into this game.
Last thing I'll do before we get started in this third and final period is I'll set you up a little bit for some goaltender love. Blake Kolker. I mean, he's down 3-0, right? He's the trailing goaltender, and yet he has played a phenomenal game back there in net for the Warriors.
Yeah, this game could easily be this could be a very similar game to Stoughton right now. Again, not because they're getting bad defensive play or everybody's gassed. It's really because the opportunities that Oregon have really been high-quality chances, and Kolker's been the difference maker there. 3 have gotten by him. But if I had to count on shots, he's probably close to 38 to 39 shots on net, and he's stood tall for all of them. He's looked great.
Nate McAlpine has done very nicely as well for the Panthers, and that just hasn't had to face as much, particularly in that second period, because the Panthers have really enjoyed an offensive advantage.
Yeah, they really didn't allow the Warriors to get anything set up. They got some chances, some kind of here and there, but they weren't getting any sustained pressure. In the first period, I mentioned many times, Waupun owned the boards. The second period, really Oregon made that adjustment. They took over the boards. Now this is a big period for Waupun, obviously, and there's a lot of youth to see just how much heart they have.
It's Panthers, it's Warriors, it's the sectional semifinals. here in Oregon. The Panthers lead 3-0 as we get ready to start the third and final period. The winner will play at 12:30 here in Oregon on Saturday. We will bring that to you live on OCA. Whistle from the referee.
Pushing in a little too far.
So we'll send Mason Anderson out. Andrew Jakey comes in. Face-off is controlled by the Warriors, and they do manage to get it into the Panther zone. Buskeiger there, tries to get it high off the glass, but it backs all the way back to him. Dawson Peterson sends it up into neutral ice, and here's a potential 2-on-1. Anderson and Jakey. Anderson's got it. He fires the shot, a stick save from Kolker, and skated around the other direction by Hayden Reeder of Waupun. The Warriors through center ice, stopped up by Jakey at the blue line. Loses track of it though, and Waupun still has it. Tap up toward the Panther blue line, broken up there by Buskeiger. Peterson whips it around, and it ends up right on the tape of Batzler. Shot blocked that time by Buskeiger, and McAlpine will cover. 16:21 to go in the third and final period. Panthers up 3-0.
There is a different step coming out of the Warriors in this period. Definitely looking to force the play and try and push it in. And if they can keep that kind of composure, Oregon's got to keep the foot on the gas.
Face off far side of the Oregon zone with 16:21 to go in the game. Linesman rushes back the wingers. Now we're ready to drop the puck. Panthers control. It's Karasek. Rims it up the near side for Sheridan. Tapped up high. Remains in play though. Karasek delivers a shot, and here's Easton Linder. The Panther captain trying to move through traffic. Wrapped into the center and not able to get a clean shot on was Jonas Buchholz. The Warriors had a good look in the slot. Buchholz got it again. He fires a shot off the skate of Karasek to the near wall. Another shot blocked by Karasek. George Karasek doing nicely on defense. And here's James Sheridan. He's got a one-on-one opportunity. Gets past his man. Sheridan on the backhand, a save by Kolker. And Blake Kolker will freeze it down. I think if you looked at where he started relative to the defense, you would never have guessed that Sheridan would get past everybody for an opportunity for a shot on that play. Yeah,
and then work to the outside and get back to a good scoring position and get a good shot. Probably not the shot he wanted, but still got a good shot in there.
15:47 to play in the game. Panthers up 3-0. They win this faceoff in the Waupun zone. At the point, Sheridan backhands it, controlled by the Warriors defensively. That pass goes through traffic, hand up, and icing the call. We'll take it right back to where we started.
Yeah, the Warriors are looking to get a step out of their neutral zone. They're getting some good face-off wins. In the dot, I think they've been superior. I think they've had the advantage there. They're just not finding a way to get it all the way out of their zone to generate more scoring chances.
Easton Lindard in the face-off dot for the Oregon Panthers. Pushes that one into the corner. Panthers up to the point for Jack Klund. Rifled along the boards, and Sheridan will chase it down. Lindard in the corner. Sets up the cycle as he works toward the center point. Sheridan now beneath the net. Panthers get a defensive change. Sheridan center point now. Panthers skating. Now he's to the faceoff dot. Rips one right into the pad of Kolker, who freezes it down.
When he made that cross coming along this way, just a big lane opened up for him. And I think he was hoping for a little bit more traffic or a screen, but he put that one right low where Kolker was able to see it. But again, it's just that speed he has.
Panthers with their starting lineup out there with an even 15 minutes to play. Jakey on the faceoff win. Tries to put it forward. Now he's got it. His shot bangs off the face mask, I believe, of Kolker. A second shot goes wide of the net, comes to the near side. Warriors need to get this one clear, and now they've got a 2-on-2 opportunity. Jonas Buchholz, though, loses control. And here's Mason Anderson dropping it off for Jakey. Jakey down low in the slot. His shot is stopped by Kolker. Boy, and he did not see it. But as it pops out in front of him, he freezes it down with 14:37 to go in the game.
Yeah, I think Kolker kind of lost track of that puck after it hit him. I think he thought it could have snuck in, but he covers the bottom of the net so well. When he gets down into that butterfly, he's really got everything covered. Very flexible, very, very powerful.
John McKenzie out there in the faceoff dot for Oregon. Panthers trying to dig this puck off of the dot. Warriors up to the point, and now they'll come forward on the rush. Bringing it ahead is Buchholz once more. Takes a shot from outside the blue line, easily gloved by McAlpine.
Yeah, now frustration's starting to get up a little bit. I'm not 100% sure why they wanted to take that shot, maybe to set up a faceoff to try and generate something. But again, they've got to keep their emotions in control. There's still a lot of time left in this game, and right now they just need to try and get one goal.
Hayden Reeder in the dot for the Warriors. He does win the faceoff. Comes to the far side point. Nicely held by Chase Bean. Turns it around the other way. Logan Leatherberry for Oregon digs it off the wall. Ahead towards Ethan Dish. At the point, the puck comes out into neutral ice. Dish for Oregon. Taps it forward, he'll give chase. 14:06 to go in the game. Panthers lead 3-0. Warriors along that near side, stripped away by Oregon. Here's Andrew Yachman. Wraps it in front. The puck is loose, but the Warriors have it. Wisely settle it down and look for a play. It's Mason Holtz. Nice cross-ice pass, but the Panthers are all over it in center ice. Turned around by Karasek for Yachman. Loses control of that puck, and now coming the other way once again is Holtz. Holtz has a quick shot, easily sticked away by McAlpine. Jack Klund of Oregon ahead to Yachman. Yachman can't get it past as it collides with the official. Now they've got a low 3-on-1, a shot. And I think that's in the glove of McAlpine.
I'm not sure
I'm
where,
not sure
it
where
went.
it is.
I think it's in his.
Oh,
no,
there it is.
him.
He saved it down with the pad, so I did not see where that one went. I'm not sure that McAlpine did either right away. 13:31 to go in the third period. Panthers still up 3-0.
I think it caught him up high, and I think that's why he's kind of adjusting his gear. That was real close to a hand pass in that far corner. The ref obviously said it was clear, but it was very close. Probably the best pressure we've seen from Waupun since the first period. They just need to build on that now.
Easton Lindert out there to anchor this forward line for the Panthers, along with Isaac Rotier and James Sheridan. Buskogger and Leatherberry on defense. Waupun wins the faceoff in the Oregon zone. Shot is blocked. Now send it to the opposite side. Top of the circle. Can't get through traffic and blocked away. This one's going to come all the way down. There's a hand up for icing, and that will be the call. So we'll head back to the Oregon zone with 13:16 to play.
That was a dangerous shot. A lot of bodies in front, and it deflected. I think had it deflected a little bit more to the left, it might have found some daylight. But that's the kind of setup the Warriors want to set up. But Oregon is doing such a good job of keeping everybody boxed out and clearing the lanes.
Lindert v. Buchholz in the faceoff dot, and they're going to send Lindert out. Sheridan will come in. Faceoff works down into beneath the net. Lindert has it for Oregon there. Works through a couple of players and now sends a pass towards Rotier. Out of his reach, and it's picked up by Dylan Kribenow. Rotier, though, puts pressure on, and here's Sheridan. Sheridan through a couple of skaters. Puck to the near wall now. 13 minutes even to play as Sheridan hits the ice. Here's Lindert looking to wrap it around. Works along that far wall. Sends it back in. There's Rotier down low. Feeds towards center, but skated away by Waupun. Nice job at Leatherberry at the blue line. Holds the zone for Rotier. Wrap towards Lindert. His shot, oh man, hits hard on Dylan Kribenow. Doesn't get through him. Sheridan can't quite pick that puck up. Now he's got it again on the near wall. Around one man towards Rotier. Rotier looking to serve this one up. Has it taken away by the Warriors. Lindert intercepts a pass and continues to control for Oregon. Over to Sheridan off the wall, played with the skate. He's knocked off by the defense, and here's Keegan Zimmerman for Waupun. Zimmerman cross ice. It's going to come to Leatherberry at his own blue line for Oregon. Feed to Mason Anderson is touched, so no icing, and the Panthers will give chase. Up towards the point, Buskogger won't be able to hold the zone. He'll retreat back. Jack Klund with 12:07 to play in the third and final period. Nice hit for Jakey. Here's Anderson through traffic. Anderson feed across. One-time attempt from Peterson, and he couldn't quite get there. Put the knee down, but could not connect.
Yeah, and off on it, it was just a little bit out of his reach. He wanted to get that shot. Again, right now it just seems to be controlled through the neutral zone and in the offensive zone by Oregon.
Face off far side of the Waupun zone, 11:56 to play in the game. The Panthers continue to maintain that 3-goal lead. Up 3-0 here in the sectional semifinals. Anderson drops off for Peterson behind the net. Now Anderson again, point for Jack Klund. Klund able to just hold the blue line, and nope, the linesman will say that he did not. Klund took kind of a hard spill to the ice there.
Yeah, that was a close one too, but I think the ref got it right there. It just came out. It was very, very close, but still, great pressure.
Yep. Panthers putting it on, 11:40 to go in the game. Mason Anderson in the dot for Oregon. Working hard, coming ahead is Hayden Reeder. Reeder trying to get through the entire Oregon defense. Karasek does not allow him past. Reeder now wants the wraparound. It's blocked away by the stick of McAlpine. Here's Jack Klund defensively for Oregon. Comes to the far side. Nice pass ahead to find Anderson. Finds a streaking Jakey on the right wing side. Bolker will play that one with the stick. Anderson follows up. Tap into the center. Waupun there. Lofted pass. Able to make it out of the zone, but no, off a skate, and here comes Andrew Jakey. Jakey, a little bit of fancy footwork. Puck comes to the far corner. A quick shot in from that corner is deflected away. Leatherberry sent one in, and up to the point for Karasek. Feed down towards Jakey, and now Anderson behind the net with 10:57 to play. Jakey back for Anderson beneath the net. Panthers still fighting hard for this one. Dawson Peterson on the far side. Stops up, loses his man. Top of the circle, drop for Leatherberry. Leatherberry a rip, high off the glass and all the way to Buskogger on the other side. Jakey with the hand. Now Jakey, hash marks, pad save from Kolker. Perfect position. 10:35 to go. It's Jakey again, the captain for Oregon. Feeds down low, instant traffic, and it's popped up just over the net. And then we get a whistle.
I'm not sure what the whistle was for, if they thought he was going to grab it or the net got knocked off the mooring.
Maybe they thought the net was off. At any rate, a whistle, and we will restart play with 10:28 to go in the Waupun zone. Panthers all over it here in the third.
And the wingers for the Warriors are just collapsing too deep. They're almost towards the hash marks. They're letting Oregon control the points without any challenge.
Leatherberry rips one along the rim. Andrew Yachman in the corner. Feed across into center. Now the Warriors have a chance for a breakout. Lofted pass comes to center ice, and it'll be picked up by John McKenzie. Yachman follows up behind him. Leaves it off for McKenzie from the circle. McKenzie feed toward dish, but can't get the stick on. Waupun in their own zone, still trying to find that breakout. The long pass finds its way to Logan Leatherberry, who dumps it right back in. 9:57 to play in this game. 3-0 Oregon. A chance at the sectional finals on the line tonight. Waupun on the near side have been unable to break the offensive stranglehold that Oregon has held in this third period. A little bit of pushing and shoving behind the play there, but both teams go for a change. Delayed offsides. So the referee decides to call it intentional offsides. I have to admit, I didn't realize until just before he called that they were signaling for delayed offsides, but Isaac Rotier, the guilty party, and so we'll take it to the Oregon zone.
To be honest, I was counting players because it was looking awfully close, like there could have been too many out there, so I kind of missed that call as well.
Face off in the Panther zone on the far side. Toward the wall, it's Jack Klund that dumps it forward for Rotier. He finds Lindert. Lindert's got Shervin with it. Lindert sends it ahead. Here goes Shervin chasing beneath the net. High up off the glass. Shervin and Lindert still battling for this puck as it comes up that right wing edge. There's Shervin once more. Lindert and Shervin just fighting for it all through the, taking a tour basically of the Waupun Warriors defensive zone. Jack Klund now at the point as the Panthers try and get set up again. That one caught up and broken down by Hayden Reeder. Reeder's got a one-on-one chance against Karasek. Karasek takes him to the ice, and Karasek is going to get a penalty here. We'll see what the call is. Tripping the call. So Karasek will go to the box, and Waupun with a huge opportunity with 8:55 to go, down 3-0. They do get the power play chance.
This power play, the next 2 minutes, it really is their season. They need to find a way to get some scoring chances. They got to find a way to bury one. That's that first step up that mountain. It was great effort to draw that penalty, and now they're on the power play.
Face off, controlled by Waupun. They'll look to set up on offense. The Warriors in the Panthers zone, beneath the net, want to distribute. Nice job by Ethan Dish. Can't quite clear the zone though. Great hold that time by Dylan Pribanow. 8:40 to go in the game, minute 44 on the power play. Now the Panthers clear. Leatherberry guns it down all the way to the other end of the ice. Striding ahead on the attack is Andrew Yachman. Yachman puts a little pressure on, and now he'll retreat. In center ice, though. That pass broken up, but now they've got a 2-on-1 chance as they hustle forward. It's Lukasz Kubasa. Feed into the center. Panthers there. Backhand attempt does not get through traffic, and the Panthers get a clear right on net. Polker in position. New skaters for Oregon as here comes James Shervin. He wants a second shorthanded goal if he can find it. Minute 12 to go on the power play. 8:06 to go in the game. Panthers lead 3-0. The most recent goal was the shorthanded one from Shervin in the second period. Waupun tries to clear it out. The loose puck will be easily handled by Brock Buskogger. Guns it around the rim once more. Waupun, after a nice early push on the power play, has not been back to the Panther zone. Shervin's now got a chance. Here he goes through the slot. He's past one man. He's all alone. Backhand shot is saved by Kolker. Another shorthanded attempt from James Shervin. 40 seconds to go on the power play. 7:35 to go in the period. Waupun hustling forward, and Leatherberry will not let them by. Guns it past. They have not crossed the blue line since, I believe, 1:40 to go on this power play.
Yeah, they only have, and the clock right now is their worst enemy. It's ticking fast, and they need to generate.
Coming through hard is Mason Holtz. He's to the faceoff dot. The feed into the center for the one-time attempt does not go. And again, the Panthers get a clear, and the crowd is going crazy now. 7:09 to go in the third period. 12 seconds left on the Waupun power play after the tripping penalty against George Karasek. A long stretch pass is too long once more. Buskogger will get it to Leatherberry, try and kill some time here. Boy, off the hand of Chase Beam. You can see him shaking that hand. I would not want to balk a Logan Leatherberry shot with my hand. Karasek out of the box, both teams full strength. Big collision there away from the puck. As Waupun tries to get a 5-on-5 opportunity going with 6:42 to go in this 3-0 game in favor of Oregon. Dawson Peterson in the center ice. Across to Andrew Jakey. Through his legs, and Waupun has the puck. Over to Karasek now. Backhand for Peterson in center ice. Karasek to set up once more. Trying to find a striding Peterson. He'll slip it around to Jakey. Jakey's past one man. Tries a backhanded flip. Can't quite get it on. And a clearing attempt will go all the way down from Waupun. They'll take an icing. We'll get some new skaters, and we'll start it all over with 6:10 to play in the third period. Still a 3-0 Panther advantage.
You know, in the last game Oregon played, they outplayed Stoughton. They outworked Stoughton. Now, for obvious reasons, they had a very short bench. I would not say they are outworking the Warriors, but they are outsmarting them in a number of ways, and that's probably been the biggest difference.
Linder wins the faceoff for the Panthers in the Waupun zone. Warriors have it behind their own net. Try to send it up the near wall. There's Shervin, who's got it once more. Shervin into the center. It works its way towards Kolker on a deflection, and he stops it up. Blake Kolker has been working very hard tonight, and it's plays like that that don't get a lot of notice, but that are huge. Those can easily leak into the back of the net.
They absolutely could, and you can tell right now he's definitely feeling the wind a bit. He's had to work an awful lot, a lot more than McAlpine, and fatigue will be a factor.
Faceoff is won by the Warriors in their own zone. Up the near glass, but that time controlled by Buskogger. Shervin up on that far wall. Warriors just not able to get it past Oregon, and here's Shervin into the slot. Shervin now to the opposite faceoff dot, drops it for Leatherberry. High point shot, tags a couple of players, doesn't make it to the net. Easton Lindert now can't turn it around, and Mason Holtz will move it forward for Waupun. Holtz takes a couple of shots for his trouble as Leatherberry takes it behind his own net. Up the far side wall of the Oregon zone, turned around by the Warriors. Working down low is Hayden Reeder of Waupun. Tries to send it into the center, instead it's directed back behind the cage. Leatherberry on his far side to Buskogger. Up the ball for Shervin, and tapped in, and now here goes James Shervin, and we have a whistle. Something happened back behind the play. Brock Buskogger generally very, very in control, very upset with whatever it was.
Yeah,
and I believe this is going to go, it's a cross check, and it does go against Waupun. So Waupun called for the cross check, and something they can ill afford here, which is 5:06 to go. They'll have to go on the penalty kill. This will be Oregon's first power play opportunity of the night.
Yeah, Clune did a great job of grabbing Buskogger, keeping him to the side. There's no reason to retaliate at this point. You don't want to feel that cross check. You never want to see it, but at the same time, just keep it in check, whistle to whistle.
So Panthers with the man advantage here on the power play. They win the draw, and it's Mason Anderson at the point, working his way to the high slot. He guns one just over the cage. Jakey's got it. Back to Anderson on the left side of the formation. Across to Easton Lindert now. Shervin on the goal line. 4, 5, 6, and 7 out there for the Panthers. Shervin, Anderson, Jakey, and Lindert. Jakey with it, working down low. His shot too high and up into the safety netting. Minute 36 on the power play, 4:41 in the game. Panthers up 3-0.
This power play looks a lot like what they've been doing even 5-on-5. They're controlling the play from the points and working down. And if nothing else at this point, it's running time off the clock.
Face-off controlled by the Panthers. It's James Shervin. Mason Anderson at the point. Shervin again, face-off dot. Around his man. So good with the stick handling. But Waupun trying to get it clear. It bangs off their own skater. It doesn't get out of the zone. Alternate captain Mason Anderson to the center point. Dips a shoulder. Gets through traffic. Loses control of the puck, but there's Easton Lindert. Now Waupun has a chance. They want to break out on a shorthanded attempt. Lindert immediately swats it away. Panthers will reset in their own defensive zone. Minute 6 to go on the power play as Anderson hits the ice. Here comes Andrew Jakey. Jakey, top of the circle, face-off dot, stops up, gets the rest of his teammates with him as the captain resets. Anderson, a shot, and swallowed by Kolker. 54 seconds on the power play, 3:59 in the game.
Yeah, right now they seem to be in complete control. Oregon's doing a great job of managing the puck. They're also moving it probably better than we've seen before. As far as not just leaving it on one stick, they're moving it really, really well.
Face-off in the far side of the Waupun zone. Panthers on the power play for another 54 seconds. They win the draw. It's Jack Klun there at the point. Klun pushed all the way out of the zone that time by Nate Batzler. Klun pushed to the ground. A little bit of indignance from both players, but we'll continue to go. 3:45 to go in this game. The Panthers up 3-0. Still on the power play for another 37 seconds. Drop it off for Jack Klun at that far point. Klun takes a shot in. Misses wide of the cage. Past Rotier and all the way to Buskogger. Rotier now on the right wing side. Down beneath the net for Dawson Peterson. Finds Klun at the top. Buskogger with the skate plate. Fires a shot in. Doesn't get through. Rotier. Rotier, a low angle shot. Comes right back to him. In the corner. Tries to get it past, and the referee in the way. And that is a clean clearing attempt from Waupun, who needed some new skaters. 1 second to go, and now both teams are full strength, but here comes Dawson Peterson. Peterson feet into the center for Rotier. He cannot get the shot to go. Here's Ethan Dish as he works away around traffic. 2:55 to go in the game. The Panthers still enjoy a 3-0 lead as they get a new set of skaters out there as well. The Warriors try to feed it up along the wall. Coming through center. Opportunity for a 3-on-3 rush. Try to work past traffic. Shot does not get through. That shot came from Hayden Reeder, who was guilty of the cross check just a moment ago. Reeder down low, angles it far, but just a bit wide of the cage. 2:32 to play now in the third and final period. Panthers still leading 3-0. George Karasek behind his net for Oregon. One touch pass trying to find John McKenzie. Given up to the stick of Chase Beam, who fires a shot in that's gloved away by McAlpine. Long shot, and it is not on net, and so it will be icing from Oregon. We'll take the face-off in their zone with just 2:14 to play.
Couple dangerous, deceptive shots down there that McAlpine had to track really well, which he did. So again, he's following the puck well. Hasn't had to work as hard as Kolker has, but still has been just on point through this entire game.
Face-off in the Panthers zone on the near side. Puck on the dot. Tap towards the blue line. Can't hold it in as Waupun, and that will be an offsides call. We'll come out to the neutral zone for the next face-off with 2:09 to go.
This one's been an interesting game. In the first period, it was really just back and forth. Second period, really dominated by Oregon. Third period, Oregon is really dominated as well, but the defensive play and Kolker have really done everything they could to keep this a 3-0 game.
Face-off near side here in the neutral zone. Both teams trying to push it forward. It ends up coming into the Oregon zone with 2:04 to go in the game. Leatherberry there for the Panthers. Drops it off for Buskogger. Andrew Jakey, the captain, all the way across to Peterson. Leatherberry high off the glass. Mason Anderson gets a touch on it, so no ice. What a play by the Panthers there to stretch it into the zone. Chase Beam against Mason Anderson. They dig it off the wall. And Waupun with an angled pass out of reach of the intended target, trying to find Mason Holtz on a breakout play. Instead, it's icing, and we'll go back to the Waupun zone with just 1:36 to go. Waupun's played a great game here. The Panthers just a bit too much for him in the later half.
Yeah, and honestly, if I had to put it to one thing, I'd say speed. The speed of Oregon has really kept Waupun on their heels, and they've had a hard time trying to find ways to deal with that. And that, I think, has been one of the biggest differences between these two teams tonight.
Linder will take this face-off again against Nate Batzler of the Warriors. Batzler does win it. The Warriors try a long pass, and coming forward now is Mason Holtz. Holtz on the right wing edge has it posted away by Jack Klun. They're able to enter onside, though, as they push forward once more, but Shervin picks it up. Shervin, tap along the wall for Lindert. Fight continues there. Karasek comes away with it for Oregon behind his own net. Minute 15 to go. There's Rotier. Pass towards Shervin, doesn't make it through, and now a chance from the top of the circle, sticked away by McAlpine, and he will cover that one up.
They're giving a good push here. Again, they're obviously not just laying back. They're going to keep working for the next minute 6. Obviously, not as many seniors on the Waupun team, but again, for a lot of these kids, it's going to be their last game, and they want to go out as hard as they can. Just
66 seconds to play. The Panthers lead 3-0. They will be heading on to the sectional finals on Saturday at 12:30. We will have that game for you here on OCA Media. We're inside of a minute as the Panthers hit Easton Lindert. Big collision at the blue line. Panthers have to check up on the delayed offsides. Waupun controls. It's Mason Holtz. Nice cross-ice pass that time to find Lukasz Kubasa. Feed towards center is out of reach, and here's Leatherberry the other way for Oregon. Isaac Rotier ahead to Shervin. Shervin able to slip past to check, trying to feed to Lindert. There is Lindert, a shot, and it's no goal. No goal. The referee waves it off. No goal, immediately waved off by the referee. It was bouncing. It was on his shoulders. I think the Panthers wanted that one, but the referee waves it off. No goal is the call.
So from where I was sitting, it looked like when the puck came down, it stopped right on the line. The net got knocked off. So the way that rule reads, if the shot is in motion as the net comes off, it's a goal. However, with the puck stopping, the net getting knocked off and then going in, that would not be a goal. So I think that was the right call.
Got it. Nice eye by the referee. No goal for the Panthers, but with just 30 seconds remaining, it would not have mattered anyway to the final outcome as they lead 3-0 here in this sectional semifinal against the Waupun Warriors. Out to Logan Leatherberry at center ice. Cross ice to Buskagger. 17 seconds to go as the Panthers settle things down. Entering the zone is John McKenzie. He takes a high shot, blockered into the safety net. We'll get one last stoppage with 9 seconds to play. And the Panthers are one game away from another state tournament berth.
Yeah, and right now they've got to be happy with the way they played this game. Waupun was a strong opponent that they had to show an awful lot to be able to get past. And right now they got to build on that.
Face off in the far side of the Waupun zone with just 9 seconds to go. Take a quick shot, gloved by Buskagger. Excuse me, gloved by Kolker, and I think we're just going to let this one roll down to the end. And as the horn sounds, the Panthers go to swarm their goaltender McAlpine. They have defeated the Waupun Warriors 3-0. They advance to the sectional finals on Saturday at 12:30 right here on OCA Media.
Yeah, and the Panthers played a great game. If you're Coach Clements, you got to be happy. It was disciplined. 2 penalties against them, and they weren't penalties that I would say were unnecessary. Obviously, you don't want to take any, but they just played a disciplined, smart game from whistle to whistle, and they just really dominated.
After a first period that was characterized by very high speed, almost chaotic play on both sides, it really felt like Oregon settled in the second period, established their offensive game plan, and made Waupun pay for not being able to clear the zone.
Yeah, and that was really it. It just looked like their wingers collapsed too deep. They gave the point defense too much time with the puck to hold it in, and that just not only ate time off the clock, but it also reduced any chance at good scoring opportunities.
All right, Dan, just before we get going here, 1 star from each team. Who do you like?
So I'm going McAlpine. Did he have as much work as Kolker tonight? No, but the saves he did have to make, especially in that first period, he had to make some big ones and stay focused. That's 2 shutouts in a row. That's a good thing and it's a bad thing at the same time, but he just played one heck of a game, and I got to look at him there. And then on the other side, I'm going with Batzler. He was just everywhere. He was playing physical. He was going after the puck. He was not slowing down. And he was just like a one-man wrecking ball out there. Just was not able to get anything going with the rest of his team.
I agree with both of those, and I also like when you make it easy on me. For the Waupun Warriors, I'm going to say Blake Kolker. He gets the loss in this game. The goalie gets the win-loss stat, which is often very unfair in hockey. because he played a tremendous game. He faced so much pressure from Oregon, especially in that second and third periods. As his team was starting to flag a little bit, he was facing more and more shots, and he just kept turning them away. Shut out Oregon in the third period when it felt like they had all the momentum. He looked fantastic back there in net. And for Oregon, it's got to be James Shervin. We didn't get to see him against Stoughton. He comes back and just sets the world on fire here. He gets an assist. He gets a shorthanded goal. He generates a huge amount of offense. And more than that, which is plenty, right? But he keeps the puck in the zone in a way that is got to be so frustrating for the other team. We talked about heart on one end, and then there's that sort of frustration on the other that is generated by a player like Shervin, not in the way that you would think like a pest like we sometimes think of, but just a guy who you can't get the puck off his tape. He just will not give it up, and that's got to be so disheartening.
The best comparison I can make, he's Barry Sanders. He gets it, he's going in a direction, and the next thing you know, he's somewhere else. And there was a famous quote about Sanders, like, if you miss him, don't worry, he'll be right back. It's the same kind of concept where he just makes something out of nothing. And obviously I could easily pick those two because that's who I was thinking. But I also want to give, I generally don't do it, but a real special kind of mention as well. The defensive core of Oregon in this game are, in my opinion, the reason they gave Shervin that much time to get the puck. Jakey to get it in deep as well. They just played a textbook defensive game, and I got to tip my hat to them.
Absolutely. Buskogger and Leatherberry leading that out, but also Jack Klun, also George Karasek.
Yep.
Looked fantastic at the blue line. And yeah, those guys often don't get the credit they deserve because when things are going well, you're just not talking about them, and they were going well tonight.
Yeah, and it's the little things that you got to see. The work right at the blue line, the work along the boards, not pinching when they see an opportunity, falling back when they see that there's a potential shift. So again, the defensive core never gets, because you don't want to hear their name.
Yep.
It's not because you don't like them. It's because if you do hear their name, it's usually they did something wrong. In this game, they did everything right.
Absolutely. Folks, that's going to do it for us from here from Oregon. If you're just joining us, you missed a great game. Make sure to watch the archive. Oregon defeats the Waupun Warriors 3-0 in the space of the sectional semifinal game. They will go on to face, I believe, St. Mary Springs in the sectional final. That will be here on OCA Media this coming Saturday at 12:30. That's 30 minutes past noon. Tune in on YouTube, tune in on your cable systems, and we will be happy to have you here. For our camera operator, Jordan, our executive director, Paul Zwicker, and my partner, Dan Graychuk, my name is Zach Seeloff saying so long, take care of yourselves, and take care of somebody else. Good night, everybody.